Hey, alrighty, people. Time for another goblin call out video. Our favorite boy chant Cyrax Wilkins, the one we all love to hate. Let's go here. Yeah, there I am. Well, I'm awful big. Let me shrink my old head down and slide it over to one of these corners. That looks better. Okay. Okay. Today, I wanted to talk about something a little bit more serious regarding the goblin. We've always, debated on whether, what level of a threat do you think Cyrax actually is? We know he has these rage issues, these horrible rage issues where he screams, just threatens to unalive people right on the internet. Has did it numerous times. We know for a fact he's beat up Sally. That's documented. We know that for a fact. We seen him try to swing on his girlfriend Heather. In my opinion, if he had, it would have been his worst mistake because she was bigger than him, much bigger. She would have laid him out. I would have loved to have seen that. But yeah, it's often been debated, what kind of a threat actually is this guy? We know, most of all, we know that of his desires for children, to put it nice. There's nothing nice about that. I worded that all wrong, and I'm sorry. We know of his desires for children. I don't want to use the word. We know of it because it's been documented once again how he has numerous times been caught in catfish stings, sending pictures of his peen to what he believes are very young girls, underage girls. We know this. It's all documented. It's out there. No sense in debating it. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here about today is to discuss how big of a threat he really is. I mean, anyone with that type of history obviously is a threat. But then again, we are talking about a guy who is under 5 feet tall, well under 5 feet tall. I've heard reports everywhere from 4'8" to 4'10". Here's a picture of him standing in between two police officers. Now, we have no idea how tall these officers are, of course. Oh, Lord, if I can get this to work. But you can get a feeling, I assume those officers are probably 6 foot, just, if you're going to be a police officer, you're probably fairly decent size, So I would assume those guys are at least, I don't know, 6 foot, just even 5'10", I mean, look at the size difference here. And I'm sure all of you have seen pictures of him standing next to Sally. She towers over him. Ed towers over him, and Ed doesn't look like a very big guy either. I mean, I'm not a very big guy. I'm about 5'6" or so, and I just get the feeling from looking at him on these videos that I would just absolutely tower over him. He just seems so small and frail. So you got to ask yourself, plus add on the fact that he never leaves the house alone, never goes anywhere alone. Sally won't let him. He's too scared to. Does not want to go out alone. He would be totally lost. He would probably, all his neighbors know what he's about. They hate him. Someone might hurt him. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. Don't hurt him. Don't put yourself in legal trouble. But you get it, Considering his extremely small size, the fact that he never leaves the house alone, is he really a threat to children or anyone? Well, I've often thought that. I've said it myself many times. If he'd try and attack a girl 13, 14 years old, she'd probably beat his ass. A girl in her early teens could easily fight him off, run away. Easily. I'm 100% convinced of it. I hate the fact that I always say, but I just can't stop. I'm sorry about that. I don't even know if anyone picked that up. I don't know if anyone picked that up, but I hate the fact we all got our little quirks, I guess, and that one's mine. Yeah, but anyways, getting back to it. Yeah, I'm convinced a 14-year-old girl, 13, maybe 12-year-old girl could fight him off. And, at least to get run away, maybe even beat his ass. You never know, man. Which I would once again love to see. I'd love to see some small girl, maybe straight out of, well, no, in high school or junior high or whatever, and him go up and try and put his move on her, and she'd lay him out. That would just be awesome, man. That would be great. Just to see the little creep. Yeah, but anyways, getting back to what I'm running this out. Okay. We've established the fact that, well, physically and mentally, he's probably really not much of a threat. He couldn't do much of anything. But what about with a smaller child? A child maybe under 10, maybe 5, 6 years old. Would he do that? I am 100% confident that he would. If left alone with a child, let's just say a 5-year-old, there is no doubt in my mind that this, from what we have seen of his actions, there's no doubt in my mind this sick little bastard would do something horrible. There is no doubt in my mind. I'm 100% convinced he would. He might have already. He might have. So there's this picture. I don't know if I have it handy. Picture of him holding someone's baby. And this baby just looks absolutely terrified. Like something horrible has happened to it. I bet I won't be able to find it now that I've brought it up. Cyrax baby. I think I found it. Look at that. Look at the look on that baby's face. It just looks terrified. Who the hell would let that creep hold their baby? That baby, it just looks like something's happened to it. Something very horrible has happened to that baby. This sick freak here, he would do something. I am 100% convinced. Judging from all the stuff that's been leaked from his hard drive where he's been hacked numerous times, all the conversations he's had with people online, I am 100% certain he has no hangups whatsoever. As long as it's sex, it's sex. Regardless if it's that little baby there or if it's a 90-year-old corpse, he would do it. That's just how he is. I mean, I didn't just find this guy a week ago. I've been following his antics for 4 or 5 years now. So, getting back to where we were at. He never leaves his house, but I think most people don't realize it. Let's see here. I'm looking for something, and once again, can't find it. Baby. Looking for a picture. Okay, maybe I didn't. Bear with me here. Bear with me. Here it is. This here was taken from Google Maps. Many of you might recognize it. Cyrax's house. the one with the red X, Cyrax's house. They got a garage in back of their house. You know, that garage is on their property. This right here in the middle, I'll call that no man's land. I don't know if they own it or if this other house owns it or what. But as you can see, there is no fence here. Anyone can walk out of Cyrax's backyard and over to the white fence surrounding this other place. And you can see in that white fenced in area what appears to be a slide, a playland for little kids. Do you know why there is a playland there? That big of a size of a playland? Not because some family lives there with a bunch of little kids, which would be bad enough, but because it's a daycare center. Directly just a few feet in back of his house is a daycare center. I got so many pictures popped up here. I'm having a hard time managing them. There you go. That is directly in back of his house. You can see here it's reversed, but it should say daycare center. I've looked up the name of the company before. I can't think of it. It looks like a privately owned thing. Probably some little old lady. I don't know. You know, some people set up daycare centers in their house. Very clean, nice looking house, I must admit. You know, considering what's directly in back of it. You know, and from what I've been told, this is known somewhat. The people that run this daycare center have been informed about Cyrax. They know about him. They know the danger he is. So I guess they kind of keep an eye out on him. Probably have security cameras around the place. But you know what? Anyone who's ever dealt with little kids knows that kids they're different, man. I mean, they can be sneaky little things. You never know where they're going to end up. They can sneak off. Right here we've got, let's see what we got here. Here you can see the backyard of the daycare center. Let me get some of these pictures off here. Got too much stuff jumbling up. It's hard to see what's what now. Remove that. Give me a minute. I'm not the best person at this stuff. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. Okay, that'll do. Oh, let's remove the pretty boy and the cops. I like to call him pretty boy. Just get some of this out of the way. And let's remove please stand by. Okay, that's better. That's better. We can. At least that was bothering me. I don't know about anyone else. But you can see here, this is the back of the daycare center. Look, there's like a van there. I assume that's a small van or a large van used for picking up the kids and bringing them to the daycare. You got like a playland back there. You got this white fence. Looks like a good sized white fence surrounding it. Let's remove that. Now, one other thing. This is what I call no man's land. Once again, we got the garage here. That's on Cyrax's property. Then up here you can see the playland and the white fence covering it. I often wonder, I mean, you hate to think about it, little kids can be sneaky. When I come out there, somehow get through that fence and wander over this way. It's a 1 in a million shot, I know. But this kind of thing has happened before. It has happened. Little kids sneak off every day somewhere. Someone's kid is sneaking off, no matter how good the parents are. Somewhere that happens, Little toddlers. I remember one time finding a little, I don't know, she was probably 2 or 3, in the middle of an intersection that usually is very busy, but luckily it was a Sunday morning, And I called the police right away. They came out. They found somehow the parents had left the door unlocked and the kid got out. I don't know. What I'm getting at, little kids, it happens. Not blaming anyone. You can be a great parent. You never know what they're going to do. What I'm getting at, little kid somehow gets out of that freakazoid over here, happens to spot it because damn well he knows there's children over there. He probably keeps an eye on that backyard all the time, just wishing. He sees one out here in no man's land. He's going to snatch that little kid up and take it in that garage. That's what's going to happen. Like I say, it's probably a 1 in a million shot. But if he had the chance, if Chance had the chance, he would do it. There's no doubt in my mind. None. Let's remove that. No man's land. Yeah, here we go. You can see right here his house. I don't know where inside. We know he's upstairs. Everyone says the attic. I would say this backside of the house is probably the attic. He probably has a window which would have a good view of that daycare center, the backyard. So in the least, I'm certain he sits up there when them little kids are out there playing. Probably sits up there with binoculars or camera or whatever, spanking it and watching the kids. In fact, now that brings to mind another issue. About a month or two ago, it was reported that he got busted taking pictures of some little girl from the upstairs window of the house. Somebody caught him. Neighbor caught him. Anyways, I just thought I'd throw all this out here. I don't know if I should even upload this, because I know a lot of it is just my opinion. I don't know where that goes, your personal opinion versus being held liable for slander. I'm kind of, then again, look who it is. You tell me. I mean, at this point, I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting. What do you think? Do you think that this could be a danger? Am I overreacting? Like I say, I know it's a very slim chance. But to me, with a person who is a pedophile, you know what? It's weird that we got to censor certain words so we don't upset YouTube. You just got to do what you got to do. I don't know. I got to get off here. I got somewhere to go. You tell me, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good day. Thank you for shopping at Walmart, Target, Meijer, Kroger, Taco Bell, all that good stuff. Ooh, God, Taco Bell. I never eat there. Goodbye, everybody.